Hey everybody, this is the Combo Wombo podcast. I'm Chipmunk. With me as always is the Mr. Gimpy.
What's going on, brother?
Well, what's that? What you sipping on over there, dude?
Just a little coffee, little coffee in the morning.
Beans, dude.
Little crushed
Some beans in your
beans
toast,
into sift through with water, with hot water for a few minutes, and
that
produces
cacao
a
in you,
nice tasty beverage. Just a little bit of
I
oat milk
dude.
creamer in there too.
All right,
I don't
fancy,
do
dude.
I don't do sugar in the coffee.
All
It
right.
just becomes too sweet.
I was using this artificial creamer, dude. It turned my poos white, dude.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, dude. I thought something was wrong because I know, like, if your poos go white, dude, that's like means you're dying.
You're
like, I think it means
dying,
your liver, your kidneys gone bad, and I panicked for a little bit. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like, I freaked out. I was like, man, I feel great. And I was like, what? Yeah, I started having to like figure out what happened. And I was like, oh, it's that damn creamer. And I
Start
had like
messaging your loved ones. Going, I'm not here I'm not long for this world.
It's like, it's done. I had a good run, and now it's over.
It's over. Little Terry Bogard.
Damn.
It sucks, man.
So you gotta be careful with those creamers, dude. That's all I'm saying.
I just do oat milk, so
Yeah,
it's
keeping it all natural, dude.
Try to. It's natural as oat milk is, right?
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Oats
What have you
don't
been up
have
to, man?
nipples.
We took
milk in 'em.
a little week hiatus so I could sleep. Appreciate that. So, working on anything new?
I've been playing around a little bit in Unity. I've been playing around a little bit yesterday and day before in Pygame. I've mostly been playing with like a little JS, but I don't know. I keep on getting like sidetracked for some. I'm in that. I don't really have like a bigger idea or project right now, so I'm like just looking for tools. I'm like, all right, maybe there's something out here I don't know about that is faster and better. I'm starting to dig the more simplistic, like just framework libraries.
Cool.
There's something to that. That being said, I keep on finding myself going back to Unity though for like any amount of scale or complexity. I'm not sure.
It's nice when a lot of the tools are built in for you, right?
Well, it's that, and I know how it works too. So I'm like, all right, I don't know what the hell's going wrong here, and I'm like I'm spending more time like debugging than working, and it's but I feel like that's just part of learning anything new as well. But
yeah,
as far as like actually like finishing a thing or getting something done, like I haven't done much. I'm in the like platforming builder thing that I showed you before.
Yep.
I feel that's in an okay spot. The last part of it is I want where it like puts out the code so I can use that in little JS. But aside from that, man, I've just been chilling, bruv.
Yeah. Play any games lately or anything?
Just Hearthstone, dude. I've been on and off of that. That's why I've been demoing. I've been trying to rebuild Hearthstone. It's a lot harder than you would think. So there's that.
Yeah. I mean, just array handling, and if you're doing it in an engine or framework that you don't know, you got to figure out how that works, and and then having the cards interact with each other, right? So
I think that's the part that's messing me up right now. It's just like the phases, interactions, and then behaviors, and getting that to work. And then I want to, because you can't just like, well, I mean, you can, but it's you have to have like something interesting. So I've been trying to like throw like the Gambit system in there from like I think Final Fantasy 12. Where like you can set like percentages and like change the behavior of like NPCs to like do things. So what I have is like the cards laid out, and I want to be able to like click them before like the battle phase, and then like add like little gambits to them. To be like, all right, if you have more than 50% health or whatever from the person you're attacking, then do this instead, or add little skills. So you're more of like a general. Or becomes more of a strategy game than the battlegrounds of just random RNG and random shit happening. So
sure. Are you letting the player build their own decks then, or how's that working?
No, I'm still using like a tavern, but you can, because it's like still early, like I'm building like a deck builder where you're building like all the cards for the game. So that tool's somewhat in there. It wasn't. I had one version of it working in JavaScript, kind of. But then again, like the combat was like busted. That's where I was like, all right, let me try and play around in Python here and get this going. And that's like real early still. Like I just started that yesterday, like last night and into today. So it's mostly just text shows up. Everything's broken still. Like the shop doesn't go away after you buy a card. And right now it just randomly just says like you win or you lose. It's not great.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, it's good you're getting back on the horse, man. Right after the jam and all that. So
Yeah,
it's good
I
to
don't know,
hear.
I'm still
Yeah.
suffering from like small projects. Like I think it's the curse of knowledge of knowing like how much work actually goes into making anything bigger as well. Where I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to commit that time to anything. I
Yeah,
don't have
yeah,
like
for
that big of
sure.
an idea.
I
Like,
figure sometimes you just gotta just dive in, you know.
yeah,
If you have the idea, my thing right lately where I've decided to just focus on a larger project is if I keep thinking about it. You know, if I'm like, okay, that seems like a lot of work, well, I'll come back to it. But
yeah,
if a couple days later I'm like that keep adding ideas to it,
yeah,
keep going, right, I'm like, I should just work on this, you know.
yeah.
So, and
Yeah, I finished up a lot of those type of projects I had, but the Hearthstone one I think I've talked about here on this pod a few times. Where like I
hmm
keep kind of coming back, mainly because I just play it so much.
well, it's like your favorite
But
game, right? So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I get
I
that.
wouldn't even. I hate it, and that's where I'm like, man, I wish I could just build a better version of this. Like it has good working pieces, but like some of the logic's broken and stuff. Like the coding's kind of shit. Uh, I think it's because they fired the main team and they've just been focusing more on putting out like sellables than
Sure.
tightening up their game. Man, tighten up, you know.
I've as far as the card games like that, I've been enjoying Marvel Snap myself.
Oh damn,
Uh,
yeah,
Part of the characters, part of the quickness of the games,
yeah,
and a lot of times towards the end game because I have a self sacrificial deck that I made. Um, a lot of my wins turn into are on turn 6, where all of
yeah,
my planning comes to fruition. Where all of my cards, like I have a card that self destroys. Like for example,
yeah,
Carnage, he eats everyone who's on the same lane as you, and on your team, but he gets enhanced attack power for each card he eats. He gets +2. So a lot of times it's been Carnage at the end, and I have other cards like Nova, who when he dies, every card gets +1, and
yeah,
when and I have like an angel card where if someone dies, it flies in to replace the card. So a lot of times it's like boom 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 boom. You know, it's like a lot of stuff just like dying and because a lot of times in Magic when I played that back in the day, I loved like sacrificial decks like that or like Goblin decks where it's rush. I would mix them, so it'd be like a rush and a sacrifice deck. So I'd attack you quick, and then once you start building up your defenses, I'd scale back, let you kill me, but then it'd be like on death effects were always happening, or I could kill
yeah.
myself and stuff like that. So I've been really enjoying that.
Nice, man. You ever
You know,
mess with
it's
any of those like other? I heard like the WWE card games, all right, and so it's like the AEW one, but
oh really? I didn't realize
yeah,
that AEW had a card game for one, but no. I think Marvel Snap was just. It was the hotness, and I was talking shit, and
yeah.
and I think it
No,
was
I'm
you
gonna
who
try
said,
it
"Have
out.
you played it?" So I was like, "Yeah,
Oh damn!
yeah." So I
Yeah,
played it
called you
and I
straight
enjoyed
up,
it.
dude.
So yeah. So you know, I've been enjoying it. Would I recommend it?
Yeah,
I mean, if you like those types of games, yeah, why not? You
yeah.
know,
What games have you
it's
been
fun.
playing, dude?
Yeah.
You been working on
So
anything? I don't know. You asked me, dude.
yeah. So I'll start with
Damn.
the games I've been playing. Just this weekend, Stalker 2 came out. Stalker 1 was one of my favorite games ever. So I was real hyped for Stalker 2. I've been waiting for it forever, and that has been my weekend. Other than that, Sonic Shadow Generations I've been playing. I'm almost done with that. The Shadow campaign is amazing, and I hope that's where Sonic Team goes from now on. It perfect, absolutely perfect in terms of Sonic level design. It's
Nice,
incredible.
huh?
It took what they did well in Frontiers and expanded upon it, but then like they did like little tweaks, like Shadow's running a lot of time always looked slow. It looked like
Oh,
like I don't know, it's like the movement, but now they added like a little zhuzh to it, so where he
yeah.
looks like he's actually powerful and running fast.
It's
You
making
know,
it happen.
during his campaign, you could use chaos control for things like little puzzle sections and stuff, but it's really cool and it actually feels different than Sonic. You have Chaos Spear and stuff. They took levels from Shadow the Hedgehog, reworked them, and made them actually fun. So, like,
Nice, man.
fantastic game.
What's going on
Uh,
with Sega? Do you hear any of their drama?
a little bit, but what are you talking
I
about
don't know. I
completely?
think they started pulling like a bunch of their old games that they
They're
have,
remaking and reworking stuff. So
yeah, but then they got rid of like a lot of the classic library that's out there. They're like you guys can't buy this now because
that sounds like they're doing like either remasters or a new classic collection, which is kind of part of the course. You don't need to destroy
the old thing, dude.
I agree, but
I don't know. I learned about this back from their VR, because they had like their collection in VR, and then they started pulling games from that, and I was like, I don't trust them anymore. You're like, nah, Sega would never do that. They're amazing. It's like, I don't know, man. They're starting to get kind of sleazy or weird, or the business people are starting to look at the whatever ledgers, dude. I don't like it.
Like I said, I think it's a new classic collection coming. And no, we haven't had their new releases yet from what they announced, like Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, what was the other one? Streets of Rage and Jet Set. So, well, Sonic Shadow Generations, if that's like their first step forward, good step. Good step, yeah. It's fantastic. Other than that, Binding of Isaac got their online... Well, their multiplayer update is out now.
Oh, dang.
In free expansion. And Binding of Isaac's my favorite roguelike ever.
It's a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah, so
you tens of thousands of hours put in it, dude.
4-player co-op, 4 Isaacs running around instead of 4 ghosts with less health. So yeah, that's been my jam. It's probably going to overtake my life once I really dive into it, but we'll see. As far as what I'm working on. As you know, after the jam, after the jam, I was like, man, fuck this, never again. Well, stories of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Pretty much like the next day after I said that, I started working on something new.
Yeah, man, dude. Like, especially like after like the burnout, like there's like I don't know, it's like almost like a little bit of like a postmortem, like depression a bit. Where like after you finish a project, where you're like, man, it's all done. Shit. Well, whatever. I don't want to mess with nothing anyway.
A lot of it was frustration from the engine, from the process, from the progress, and then the player reviews started coming in, which there's some negatives that I expected, some positives that I really enjoyed reading. One thing is they're like, oh, the art's all over the place. Sure, we had to rework the game 4 times, so just gotta use the assets that we have, with the time frame.
One of them was made for like an underwater submarine game, bro.
Game. Yeah, exactly. So
dude, it doesn't match. That was day one stuff.
Yeah, so we get that.
Have one where it was like the monster would like start coming together and like you put the parts on there, but that shit wasn't working, so we just had to like rework it again.
Yep.
So it's like
there's stuff like that. And then someone that's all like, the AI sucks. I'm like, yeah, it was implemented real late after reworking the game. You're right.
Yeah, man.
I was like, you're right. It was a jam. But
game jams be like that.
Other than that, people
I don't even think they've announced the winner for that yet. I think the 29th or something.
The 29th, yeah. But people have complimented the gameplay, said it was fun.
Yeah.
Complimented the jetpack stuff, which they said was very fun to use, which felt awesome because that was the first thing I coded for it, right? So that felt good.
We seem to know how to make fun things. So that's good.
Yeah. And like as far as like any other criticism for the art for the other stuff, and then they criticize like some AI usage, which I'm like, it's a jam. Also, we set out to say exactly what we used, so what
haters,
rules weren't didn't specify no AI use. Also, we used our own assets to zhuzh it up. So
a lot of that stuff too I pay for as well, so it's like I do have the rights for it. Like Midjourney I pay a license for. I don't think we use Claude at all, but I pay for Claude. I pay for Sona that makes music.
But we
also have like Fruity Loops and stuff. We can also all do that stuff. It's just like you gotta do it in like 4 or 5 days. Like, all right.
Yeah. So some of that like pissed me off because like when that one guy commented like, oh yeah, all this shit looks like it's from different people. It's like it's from one man. I was like, and even in the description I said that we had to restart multiple times, and then this dude he's won jams before. It was like he's like, at least credit them. I was like, okay, this guy, the fuck you want? So
it was me over like a
there's
course
some
of
stuff
a week.
like that, and
some stuff I spend more time on.
Exactly, but with that, you can't like take that personally. It's people are always looking out for them, or they have their own.
Honestly, if we didn't, if you look at like our mural board, that first pillar that I said we needed to like do right away, we didn't do, which was like the scale and then like style. Like we didn't. So I was just like, all right, I'll just make whatever to whatever specificity,
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we went from 1080p full to 720p for like asset sizes too. So that's a big.
I blame the professor. He's like, we're making it 4K Ultra HD, and I was like, all right, yeah, fuck it, dude. I can do that, I guess.
He hasn't done a project with that scale though. Like he didn't realize what it.
There's like everything's like just off. Like also, things are way bigger.
Also, you're doing it in browser. Like, what's the? You know what I mean? Like, but you know, it's one of those things where it's a learning process. So, but after dealing with that and getting over that, which took like a day or two, I went back to my drawing board of what I wanted to make, and I started my mobile game project. Actually, I'm doing a cozy game set on a farm, focusing on handling pigs. Pig
farming.
Yeah.
The most dangerous to farming, dude.
Yeah. So I started doing that actually. So where I am with it, I'm taking it slow. I'm working on it like daily, but I'm just doing like one part daily or focusing on everything because I'm doing everything myself.
Yeah.
I've been reiterating on the pig art. Reiterating on other assets like the fence, some of the others like coloring. I decided game size based on like mobile aspect ratios, scaled it up to tablets. I have like a mock board up of what the final game will look like. So I scaled that across different devices. I got touch controls working. I'm not sure if I wanted to make it like an endless style thing, like, I don't want to say Farmville, but like Farmville or Candy Crush or something like that, where it's endless and has like thousands of levels. I don't think I want to do that, but I also kind of want some progression. So I've been looking at older PopCap games as inspiration, like the original Bejeweled and stuff, where it just had like 50 to 100 levels. And I'm just kind of tweaking the gameplay for you
could do like days or something. That's kind of a classic trope.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you got like 60 days or whatever.
Like 30, 60 days or something. Yeah. It was, Cake Mania or things like that have been a big inspiration for it. So as this, I imagine this will be like a 6-month project minimum.
Yeah.
You know, but and I think at the end of it, I think I'll it'll have some sort of monetization for myself. Towards the end, but optional monetization, obviously, because we've spoken before how I don't want to be
give them that money
or stuff, you know. So
whatever, bro. Like it takes money to live. I don't know what you're.
No.
Again, man, I don't know where this like fucking attitude of like, oh fuck, people asking for money. It's like, dude,
it's not that. It's the invasive ads, like the forced pop-ups or the ads that cover buttons. Like, obviously, I'm not going to.
I feel like a lot of devs do that just so like they usually, not always, but usually have like a. Hey man, just give me like 99 cents and this could go away. So it's usually like something like that.
Option, but I'm also going to do like I believe it's called like fairy ads, where if you press it, you get it once a day. If you press it, you get a bonus within the game, but it's your option. You never have to press it. That's my thought, at least for right now. Or you can pay like like $1 or something to get rid of those, but every day you get a bonus no matter you don't have to press the ad. So I figure I'll do it like that. But obviously that's a far way out. But I set up all of my prerequisite accounts to test things like ads and
that's good, man. I've heard that from a couple of devs where they're like, figure out your monetization strategy early. Like if you're going to pay money, or if it's going to be free, and if you're going to do ads, like do it early, get it in there, because it becomes a real bitch to like, I guess, implement them later on and like throw it in like the scaffolding of your systems.
Yeah.
Or like if you're gonna do like DLC stuff or like unlocks or cosmetics, like you gotta figure that shit out right away and build it from within the DNA of the whatever you're making.
Yep. So that's where I'm at. I think it'll be a different project for me because a lot of times I go towards like the action style gameplay. This is definitely more of a cozy sim style. It was based on an idea my wife gave me.
It's like, what if we were pig farmers? You're like, hold on, let me write this down.
Let me cook. Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm working on now. As far as the other projects that I've had, like the stealth game and the platformer, those I'm still working on, but those are like passion, fun, projects that if I get done, cool. If I don't, they're still there. So, but I just had to go to the drawing board and go, okay, what can I hyper focus on that's new to continue on. So So pig game. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. But yeah, man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back doing it. It's good to be back to an engine that I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to shit on Gdevelop because there's people who love it, but it's not the engine for me. It's not. Damn. It's not the engine for me.
Yeah, it does things very specifically how it's going to do it. And if you take a lot of time and learn how it does things, like it's kind of convoluted, it's kind of a mess, but like you can do things with it. You can get done. I have enjoyed it for making like smaller prototype stuff, but like even that, I'm like, if I could just do all this through code, that's why I started looking at like libraries and stuff. I'm like, what's a great prototyping engine?
Makes sense. Yeah, doing things within their framework or how they expect to do them. I felt like my hands were tied the entire time. But if you've never done it before, I don't think there's anything wrong with giving it a try.
Yeah.
But you may be setting yourself up for failure if you don't migrate to like a coding engine. Just because, it's some of the stuff where it's kind of like a no-brainer. Like you have to jump through hoops with Gdevelop. I felt the parallax handling was probably my biggest pet peeve with that engine.
Damn.
Or camera, like tying the camera to behaviors and within the engine
like
instead of just
and stuff,
doing it yourself just bugged me. But yeah, that's a me thing. That's probably because I have prerequisite thoughts coming.
Sure, there's somebody writing like right now. It's like, oh, there's an extension or behavior or something in the marketplace that would have easily fixed the thing. Like you just don't know about it. So yeah, all right.
True. Yep. And like I said last time, and now like a lot of my issues may stem from ignorance. So is what it is. I can recognize.
We're just very, very proud and very ignorant here on the Wombo podcast. Just double down on our hot dumb takes, dude.
Yeah, exactly. But to wrap up, this week it's Black Friday. Black Friday's coming up.
Oh damn!
So there's always sales. Steam sales going to start soon.
I gotta be Black Friday.
Are there three things that you're looking forward to, Chip, that you're going to probably pick up? I know you're not. You said earlier like you don't think you like games anymore, but I'll give you a second to think. For me, I'm going to grab. I said I already kind of got Stalker and stuff, but Spider-Man 2 I'm finally going to grab. I've just never picked it up.
It's good, man.
Yeah. Astrobot, Morales. The PS4 or the PS5 platformer I'm going to finally pick up. And I think that kind of does it. Oh, I'm finally going to pick up the Warhammer Space Marine. Those are my
Space Marine
2. Those are the three games that I'm just going to jump on and pick up.
Nice.
This Black Friday, So
anything. I think I'll probably get the new Street Fighter game. I've been putting it off. I've always wanted it. I was like, I'll wait for it to go on sale. This might be it, man. It's been long enough. Yeah. It's still a good game.
Yeah. It's very good.
Aside
You're going to give the DLC as well?
I bet it'll be like a bundle. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, I don't know. I'll keep my eye on it. I'll see what it is. Yeah. If I'll play the base game and it's good, I'll probably get the DLC.
Definitely.
Gotcha. That's how they get you, man. The upsell. Aside from that, I'll probably just be looking at like my marketplace that I enjoy. I was looking at Unity. They've having like their flash sales stuff in their marketplace, but I've been like wanting more and more to get away from it. I don't know. Godot seems like it's kind of on fire right now, and not in a good way. It feels like we're close to something good coming out. I don't know, man. I just have a sense for this. Like there seems to be like a flow of things.
Okay.
Unreal Engine, I like that. It's still like they just released like their new engine drops. I might download and check that out. I know Godot 4.4 just dropped. I know like the new like Blender for 3D modeling that just dropped their new version.
Okay.
I don't know, man. It feels like there's some engine out there, dude. It's coming. I can feel it like brewing under the surface, dude.
Okay.
It just feels like the time's ripe for a new player to enter.
Okay.
I know Default's been going through some upgrades, and that's basically Unity more convoluted.
Sure.
I don't know, man. Or I might just start using just these frameworks and building my own shit, not like a whole engine. I played around with like trying to make like some sort of editor and framework in an engine for like 3 weeks. I've been like slowly doing that.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, man, this is way fucking harder than I thought. And then like at some point I was just like, build tools and game. I was like, build games and then tools for those games, and then just keep the tools that you make for those games, you know?
Yeah.
Especially for like libraries and stuff that I'm using. Because I was like, oh, what if I just try and build like a Unity on top of this thing? And instead I'm like, what if I just made Unity. Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, why don't I just build games? You know, build the game. If I make games and then I build tools for those games, and I have like build up like a war chest of like, you know, 7 or 8 like key tools. I don't know. Is it the principle of like, was it 80-20?
Yep.
If I find myself doing like, there's certain things you're going to do in every game engine over and over again. It's like, if I build tools when I need to do that thing and I make it more efficient and better, like I still like the idea of like just tables, like a table editor for like creating variables and objects and inventory. Like it just seems like it's everywhere, and it's like there's no easy way to do that in a lot of engines for some reason. Same with like dialogue. Dialogue's just basically a table, like you're just nesting tables inside of tables. Yeah, you can really boil things down to like it's like a bool, like a true or false. It's like a float or a string. You know, it's like everything, and you can just throw those into tables and like reference like a name of something, like or a column or a row, or turn it into a JSON file. Like it doesn't make sense that it's just not more like that, you know?
Yeah. Be interested in what you come up with, man. I haven't done any projects with dialogue options, but it's definitely an interesting topic.
Yeah, I've been playing around with Rev too. Like it's just called Rev, but I've also been using that. Gotcha. And that's basically like a vector images that you can animate. And I got that working in like little JS, and it seems really powerful.
Nice. All right, man. Well, one, like the new mic. 2, for
mix up the mess up
for
the
Combo Wombo podcast. I'm Mr. Gimpy. That's Chipmunk. And like, share, subscribe. We out of here. Once again, we're on Twitter.
Week. Are we now? Jeez.
We are. Combo Wombo Pod. All right, guys. Later.
Bird brains.